Good morning to you all, my dear students. I hope all of you fine and congratulations for entering into intermediate second year. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is B. Dhanalakshmi. I am PGT English from KZBB, G. Srikakulam district. Before going to class, we discuss about our second inter English textbook. Total, we have 29 topics in our second inter English. There are prose 5 lessons, poetry you will have 5 poems, non-detail you will have 8 chapters connected with 1 story, and remaining 11 are study and communication skills. Okay students, now we are going to see our first poem from poetry, that is On His Having Arrived at the Age of 23. Okay students, all of you listen carefully. On his having arrived at the age of 23. It was written by John Milton. Okay students, once again I repeat the title. On his having arrived at the age of 23. It was written by John Milton. Now let us learn a brief explanation about John Milton. John Milton was born in 1608 in England. John Milton was born in 1608 in England. So, he is an English poet. Okay students, all of you understood? John Milton was born in 1608 in England. And also, he is a polemicist and a man of letters. Polemicist. Here, we can see the word polemicist. Polemicist means a writer who always engages with a diametrically opposed or a controversially literature things, or we can say controversially literally things, a writer who always engaged a diametrically opposed or a controversially literally things. That is the word polemicist means. Next, he is also man of letters. Man of letters means he is the poet John Milton. He is a scholar. We should know very well. Scholar means student. Student means a person who always being with a learning process. Then the person is called a scholar and also a student. Okay students, then we can see the word polemicist, which means we can see just now. And next, man of letters means he is a scholar. Next, he wrote religious flux and political upheaval. This means he written religious. That means he wrote about religions and also about politicians. Okay students, all of you understood? Here he wrote religious flux and political upheaval. That means he also written about religions and also about politicians. Next, his best writing, The Paradise Lost. Here we can see he is the author of a great epic poem. He is the author of the great epic poem, The Paradise Lost. Epic. Epic means legend. Epic means a legend, a legendary story or a legendary poetry. Okay, here he written the best, greatest epic poem, The Paradise Lost. And other his famous poems are, we can see in the board, his other famous poems are Comus, Lycidas, Paradise Lost, already we know that, and also Paradise Regained. Okay students, all of you listen carefully. His other famous poems are Comus, Lycidas, Paradise Lost, and also Paradise Regained. Now let us see Master of Grand Style. What is the meaning of Master of Grand Style? He is known as Master of Grand Style. That means his poems are all poems are written in long ways. That is a grand style. He shows his style of the mannerism in the poems. So here he is well known as Master of Grand Style. And also we can say about him, he is a greatest author and also a significant English author after William Shakespeare. Okay, students, all of us well known about William Shakespeare. Then, after the greatest significant English author after William Shakespeare, here we can see our poet John Milton. And last but not least, he was died on November 8, 1674. Okay, students, all of you remember the year. He was born in 1608 in England. He was died on 8 November 1674. Okay, students, now total of these things we tells about John Milton. Now we can see the point on his having arrived at the age of 23. Okay, let us learn. We are all know very well sonnet. Sonnet is a 14-line poem. Okay, students, here we can see the poem on his having arrived at the age of 23. It has 14 lines. So, we call this poem is in a sonnet. So, it is 14 lines and it was written in iambic pentameter. Sonnet has 14 lines. Each line has total complete starting to ending. We have total 14 lines sentences. So, now that one we call sonnet. Each line has written in iambic pentameter. Each line has 10 syllables. Okay, students, each line has 10 syllables. We are all know very well what is the syllables. What are syllables? We are all know very well. Because we would have been learned in our earlier classes about syllables. In our first year, we more practiced and we are all know very well about syllables. So here each line has 10 syllables means the poem it is in 14 lines. So every line has a syllable. One short syllable and another one is long syllable. Okay, students, are you got it? It is 14 lines written in iambic pentameter. Each line has 10 syllables, one short syllable and another one is long syllable. We would have been learned in our earlier classes about syllables. Syllables are divided into 4 types. What are they? Syllables are divided into 4 types. One, monosyllables and disyllables, trisyllables, polysyllables. Monosyllable means only we have only one syllable. First of all, syllable means what? Syllable means a syllable, a word is divided into based on vowel pronunciation. A word is divided into based on the or depend on the vowel pronunciation. That is the word we call syllable. So here syllables we can use these iambic pentameter lines 10 syllables. One is short, another one is long syllable. So syllables are divided into 4 types: monosyllable, disyllable, trisyllable, polysyllable. A word have only we can pronunciation based on their vowel sound. That is on only one pronunciation, one vowel pronunciation. There's some one sound. Then we call that is a monosyllabic word. Remaining we have more than 2. Only 2 pronunciations come from the word. We can say that is a disyllabic word. Try. More than 2 or 3 syllabic pronunciations we can come, then that word is called trisyllabic word. Last, polysyllabic. 3 more than above 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Any of these counting of the word are about their pronunciation of the based on the vowel pronunciation which comes from that word. So we will call that word is in a polysyllabic word. That word called a polysyllabic word. So that is we would have been learned in our earlier classes. So leave it. First of all, we know about poem. So okay, students, this is about sonnet and it is 14 lines written in iambic pentameter. Each line has 10 syllables, one short syllable and another one is long syllable. So students, all of you understood it? Okay, then I will go to a poem and I will read to each and every line with a brief explanation to you. Okay students, all of you pay attention on this textbook. At first, I will read total this poem in rhyming lines, and then after I will explain each line to line with a brief explanation. Okay students, here we can see the title, On His Having Arrived at the Age of 23. It was written by John Milton. Okay students, now I would like to read total of these lines in this poem. How soon hath time, the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 23rd year. My hasting days fly on with full career, but my late spring no better blossom sure. Perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth, that I to manhood am arrived so near. And inward ripeness doth much less appear, that some more timely happy spirits endeth. At we it less or more, or soon or slow, it shall be still in strictest measure even, to that same lot however mean or high. Toward which time leads me, and the will of heaven, all is, if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye. Okay, now I would like to tell about poem and their explanation. The title, On His Having Arrived at the Age of 23, written by John Milton. Here he denotes, his means he denotes John Milton. John Milton written this poem about him. Okay, so here he denotes John Milton. About the title, the poet means who regrets that he has already completed 23 years of his age. So this is about the title, On His Having Arrived at the Age of 23. Let us see the first 4 lines of the poem. How soon hath time, the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 23rd year. My hasting days fly on with full career, but my late spring no bud or blossom shoot. How soon hath time, how fast time. He completed 23 years means he lost all his youth days. He says that time has covertly stolen all his youth on his wing. Okay students, got it? How fast time. He completed 23 years means he lost all his youth days. He says that time has covertly stolen all his youth on his wing. Generally, what did you show? Have wings birds? Birds, okay? Generally, what did you show? Wings have birds. Here, he compares time as a bird. Bird had taken all his 23 years of his age. That means his childhood has been past, his teenage has been completed, now he is a manhood. That means his childhood has been past, his teenage has been completed, now he is a manhood. So he feels like that. He feels the bird are also total away with his age 23 years. So here, my hasting days fly on with full career, but my late spring no but a blossom sure means life from the beginning he was continuously working hard for his career, and it was just like a hasting days, fuel like anything. Okay students, got it? Here he feels that he is working hard work for his career, and it was just like a hard days, failure like anything. Okay, next, when he realized, but my late spring no bud or blossom shoot means when he realized that he closed all his childhood, teenage and turned into manhood, he was having 23rd year. He felt that his days went on very fast, and that too he compared that those days have gone in hand anyway, and that too his youth have been taken away by the bird's wings hastily. but and at the same time he says in his life there was very late spring. There was very late spring. There are 4 seasons are there. You know it very well. What are they? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Here the poet is compared the season spring. Okay students, spring. Total we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn and winter. But here the poet compares only the spring season, because here he is meant for spring season, that spring season as if entered in his life late. Why he says like that? Whenever spring season comes, spring is meant for hopes and aspirations. So that spring season set into him when he was 23rd year, so that what by his late spring? No but a blushing. His means here he feels spring season is very late in my life, because the spring season meant it comes from very hopes and aspirations. But the spring season at late at his life, so he feels like that his late spring no but a blushing sure. Okay, so this is the first 4 lines meaning. Next 4 lines I will explain. Perhaps my semblance might deceives the truth, that I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear, that some more timely happy spirits endeth. Though he reached 23 years of age, worthy or value or useful products, or we can say literally words, have not been developed by him. That is what he was very removed, though he reached 23 years of age, but he could not produce anything worth or valid. He feels like that the total of age 23 years he comes true, but he would never comes to his dreams. Now we can see the perhaps means, okay, so perhaps my semblance might. The point feels he is already reached 23, but at the same time his appearance is not up to the mark. Here point means the point. Here this point feels he is already reached 23 years, but at the same time his appearance is not up to the mark, which means he is not reached any goal. He is not reached any aim, because he also come in a manhood. The deceived people, that I to manhood am arrived so near. The deceived peoples, he feels that he was already 23 years, but his physical appearance is also not very fine. He feels that he was already 23 years left, but his physical appearance is not very fine. That I to, he feel that I to manhood, almost he has finished his teenage, and he has come to manhood. That I to manhood I am arrived, and inward ripeness doth much less appear means almost he has finished his teenage and he has come to manhood. Manhood is nothing but what an individual should earn for his bread and butter. Almost he has finished his teenage and he has come to manhood. Manhood is nothing but what an individual should earn for his bread and butter. He feels like that. At the same time, he should do some individual work. Physical standards were poor, but he has reached the manhood. And inward ripeness doth much less appear. Physical standards were poor, but he has reached the manhood. Perhaps he would have been alone to have that happy spirits. He doesn't know that he thought that he has not appeared. Some happy spirits are endowed with maturity of thought and talent in time. So here the last 6 lines the poet tells us about reality. Here we can see first 4 lines and next 4 lines, remaining last 6 lines are the poet tells us about reality. Okay students, let us come on. This is called, the last 3 lines called stanzas. stanzas means only we have in a poem there is a three lines, then that is called one stanza. So here in the above stanzas the point was disappointed, the point was upset. Here first we can see these three lines had to be it less or more, or soon or slow, it shall be still in strictest measure even to that same lot, however mean or high. In the above stanzas, the point was disappointed, the point was upset, point was regretted. His physical standards and mental standards were not up to the mark to produce individual things, worthy things, or the things which can be useful or other people. At the same time, he also felt that by the age of him, other people could able to do wonders, miracles. He compared them and got disappointed in these points. So here in the subsequent stanzas he felt little bit confident that he thought that would come his intelligence, less or more, soon or slow, and also what in mean or high. He was very sure that that will happen. He is going to meet them. Of course, it may be lesser, even it may be higher. Also, he doesn't know that, but he got a confidence. That is a thing he does say. For all this confidence, who is behind it, that he is going to tell here. These three lines means here he can feels he was disappointed because of all of other people could able to wonders and miracles, and he compared them. He got disappointed. Toward which time leads me and the will of heaven, all is if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my grace taskmaster's eye. Here the point felt time will lead him already. He has reached 23 years. He knows it very well. But of course, his physical features and mental features may deceive him. His physical features and mental features may deceive him. There is a deception because he doesn't have that much standards. He doesn't have that much standards. He doesn't follow that. At the same time, he has improved his capacity. Time will heal all the problems. That improves his capacity. Time will heal the all problems. Similarly, such way, time leads him. In the previous stanzas did also say that in his way the time is personified. Will of heaven is nothing but almighty. All is if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye, everything is pre-planned one. My taskmaster, the Almighty, is looking at everything. What I need to do it, he will provide to me, and he would reach his goal and aim and soon. So such a way he had his fate, and taskmaster he also believed that everything has been pre-planned, whom to be given choice, whom to be made the people, to whom to be all those things are at the eye of the taskmaster. He feels taskmaster. At the same time, the point also says that he was persistently working fight, but he was sure that he would do individual thing. At the same time, whose grace was expected? He expected whose grace here? Taskmaster. So, at the same time, whose grace was expected? God's grace was expected. Here, taskmasters means in this poem, taskmaster refers to God. Here, the poet says taskmaster means God. God's grace was expected. By whom expected God grace? Poet John Milton. So here poet express the God grace was he is expected, and already everything has been determined, so that he expected his taskmaster would give every grace to him or for him. So this is about total of the poem. Total we have 14 lines, and these 14 lines are called sonnet. Sonnet has 14 lines, so we are called a poem is in a sonnet. So this is the poem on his having arrived at the age of 23. It was written by John Milton. So students, now we can see glossary. Glossary is nothing but meanings. The meanings what we can use here in these lines, which words are used, then we are see that words of meanings. Okay, here the word meaning subtle. Subtle means not very noticeable or obvious. Here the word means subtle means not very noticeable or obvious. So some more times we can use subtle for synonyms like delicate and indistinct. These words are also synonyms of subtle. Here example, the word subtle example is there is a subtle difference between these two plants. There is a subtle difference between these two plants. Okay students, next word shoe. Shoe means an old form of the word show. Here shoe is an old form of the word show. We are already very well known. Show means exposition or presentation. So showing, you can see showing from me. In this example we can see show means exposition or presentation. Here the word means an old form of the word show means shoe. Here the word semblance. Semblance is also one word we call show. Show. Semblance means the outward appearance, especially when the reality is different. The outward appearance, especially when the reality is different. Here the word semblance also have synonyms that are show and appearance, and we are also here see that the outward appearance. Example, the city has now returned to some semblance of normality after last night's celebrations. Here we can see the example of this word semblance. The city has now returned to some semblance of normality after last night's celebrations. Next word grace. Grace means the kindness that God shows towards the human race. The kindness that God shows towards the human race. We are also tell grace means mercy or kindness. These type of words are synonyms of grace. Example, it was only by the grace of God that Mr. Khan has survived from the accident. It was only by the grace of God that Mr. Khan has survived from the accident. Here we can see the word grace. Grace. God was show a kindness of Mr. Khan. Show for him Mr. Khan kindness. So next here the word we can see already in above lines, taskmaster. Already I will set you. Taskmaster means God. Here in this poem, poet taskmaster is referred to God. Here God means taskmaster. But most of the places we call our superior. Taskmaster means most of the places we are called our superior. Of course God also our superior. Then here the poet regrets God is a taskmaster. Okay students, this is about poem and about glossary. So here these two question and answers we have in this poem. We have 2 short question and answers and also 4 annotations. These are 4 annotations comes from this poem on his having arrived at the age of 23. So we should know very well the pattern of annotation, because we learned in our earlier previous classes for enter first year. So here the heading parts, the side heading parts, we have already know the pattern of annotation: context, explanation, general relevance. So remaining total 4 annotations we have in this poem. Okay students, I hope all of you understood this poem, and I request all the students to go through the poem twice or thrice so that it will help you in writing annotations and short answers in this poem. Okay, then we will meet in our next class. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you, one and all.